Sendiri berjalan di tengah malam nan sepi, kian jauh melangkah lewati dinginnya mimpi. I'm just the loneliest people I this cold lazy sun. I want you. Biarlah ku melepasmu, meninggalkan aku.
Giring, thank you very, very much for joining us.
Pak Chris. Terima
Uh,
kasih, terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Mas Giring, I want to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
I used to have hair like yours.
Really?
Yeah, really.
As big as
Before
that.
before it became like this.
Do you mind if you share screen to us your, your younger version of yourself with a big afro, Pak Chris?
When
It's going
I've
to be
given
the
it to
highlight
some
of the
artists
show.
to
It's going to be the highlight of the show.
some touch up. Giring, you're not an old guy, but you've done so much in a relatively short career. I know we've only got 15 minutes with you today. You've got a lot on, and I know that you apologized in advance to me because this is towards the end of a long fasting day, and I was insisting that we go Bahasa Inggris for this interview. So you explained a little bit of disconnect maybe between the brain and the mouth at this time of day. So
Yes,
your apology is accepted by absolutely everybody, and we're delighted to have you and sharing this, I believe, a first ever virtual buka puasa bersama by any chamber of commerce here in Indonesia. Giring, we won't go through your career bit by bit, but I guess there are lots of people that would really like to know, what would you say is your one highlight from your career in the music and entertainment industry, which occupied the first few years of your life?
I think one of the most highlighted moments in my career is actually Laskar Pelangi. When we have that project of Laskar Pelangi, is very. I will tell the story as fast as possible.
Okay.
So one day my mom gave me a book before I went to a tour, and she said to me, "Hey, Mas Giring, you should read this book. Okay, it's from Andrea Hirata. You should be grateful." She said like that. She said that you have everything. You are a vocalist. You can go anywhere. You have money. You have a good career. You read this. You should be grateful, Giring. You should be grateful. I don't know why suddenly my mom sounded Indian in this version of the story, but she said like that. So I bring the book, and then I read the book, and I totally amazed with the book, and I bought the second one. It's called Sang Pemimpi, the Dreamer, and I cried when I read that book. And I said to my friend one day in the airport, like 5 o'clock in the morning, we just finished our gig, we just went partying, and then suddenly we just on the airport again because we have another gig. But suddenly I raised my book of Laskar Pelangi, and I said to them, "Hey guys, if this book is going to be made for a movie, we should be the people behind the soundtrack." Because it's 5 o'clock in the morning, everyone was having a hangover. All the responses like this, Pak Chris. "Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, Giring, whatever, dude, whatever, man." Like that. And then, suddenly three days after that, Mira Smana called me, the director called me and said, "Hey, Giring, do you want to do a Laskar Pelangi soundtrack?" And just everything. And then everything went well. We won an award for best song, but I think one of the best highlight, if you said the best highlight, suddenly a woman came to me, an old woman came to me. She was with her youngest children, daughter, and her daughter bring her granddaughter. And she said that the granddaughter wants me to sign her CD or something. I said, okay, I want to sign a CD. In the middle of signing her granddaughter's CD, suddenly she said to me like this, Pakris, and all the people in British Chamber was watching. The old woman says this, hey, Giring, I really love Laskar Pelangi. It gave me a lot of hope. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And she said, you know, I just lost my left breast because of breast cancer, but I don't feel sad. I felt so grateful that I'm still alive. It's because every day I hear your song Laskar Pelangi. Pak Kris, it beats all measures of awards, money, royalties, and everything. If someone came up to you and she feel that her song, my song, actually help her fight cancer, I think that's my highlight.
And that's an absolutely brilliant highlight, Giring. I'm glad you took the time just to tell us that story. And that lady talked to you about hope, and the times we are in now, everybody needs some hope that we're going to get the other side of this COVID-19 as quickly as we possibly can, and life in Indonesia can become more or less normal again, and life around the world can become normal again. So hopefully that story can also be of inspiration to
Amen.
other people. That's a brilliant highlight. And the other thing, Giring, about that, I just want you to know something. It isn't just you that works at the creatively best on a hangover at 5 a.m. in the morning. Many others manage it too. So with that,
how about you, Pak Kris?
how about me? No, this is about you, not about me. You're not turning this one on me, Giring. So that was a wonderfully sensitive highlight, and as you say, more than money, more than awards. But what about perhaps one of those low points in your career? Some really challenging times, something that really shaped your thinking and your memory.
Di situ, Sen. So I think one of the lowest part of my career, in terms of music career, is it?
Sure.
Is it? It was like music career, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the lowest part is when I said to my fellow bandmates that I'm leaving the band, and they took it very bad. Like several of them don't want to talk to me, and they don't want to share the same room again, in the same car, even the same seats in the airplane. It's very low to me, because yeah, they are my best friends and my partners, but they didn't took it very well. But I totally understand until today that who will take that well enough. Nobody will take that good. I mean, like, I don't know the English for it because I'm fasting, but nggak ada yang bisa menerima itu dengan baik lah pasti. Okay, I will say it in Indonesian ya guys ya. So
gitu ya.
Yeah. That was a bit hard, man. I don't know the English for it. So that is the lowest part of my career. Tapi when I think about it today, I think those steps I have to took, because if I don't took that steps, I won't grow. Because I believe human have to grow. I grow to be not just a vocalist, I grow to be a family man, I grow to be a husband, I grow to be a father, and I grew to be a leader of a company, and I grew to be president of Indonesian Esport Premier League. I grow, I learn. But if I stuck to be just a vocalist, I don't think that I will grow as a person. Maybe as an artist, yes. But as a person, I don't think so. I went to politics, I grow, I failed, and I think even though I failed, it's not I failed, but actually I have the votes, but the party didn't get the votes. but I still feel apa ya, what you call it, out getting wiser and wiser. So I think that's part of growing. Yeah, that's it, Pak.
Yeah, sure. And I think we'd all agree that that's the whole point of experiences generally, but in particular, negative experiences, that we learn, we mature, we move on, and we take them into our next challenge. And clearly you've done that very well. I won't talk much about your political career because you just summed it up. I think all that we'd like to say, Giring, was if you had been engaged with Britcham when you were doing your political career, it would have been so much better for you.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you would have got 15 votes from my team.
Siap, siap, siap. Terima kasih. So 2024 then. Terima kasih, terima kasih.
All right then.
Hey Pak Kris, why is
Yeah.
your team semuanya beautiful ya? Cantik-cantik, nggak ada yang cowok loh, Pak Kris.
Well, you know, maybe it's because opposites attract. I am so ugly, therefore I'm surrounded by beauty. How about that?
Betul, betul.
Aduh,
Hey,
Pak Kris.
listen, I told you, I'm asking the questions, right?
Oke, Pak. Sorry, Pak.
So Giring, you moved from celebrity to politician, and then took on a very, very surprising opportunity. I say surprising because esports, relatively new, but then you take on perhaps the Goliath of esports, which is the Premier League version, and president of that particular regime. What was behind your interest in esports, and is this generally where your future is going to go?
Well, I have to say that I have to tell you guys, I'm a very, very I'm a video game player. Like almost every day I play video game. And when I was touring with Niji for 15 years, I always bring my PlayStation console, maybe my Xbox console, maybe my Nintendo Switch, my PC gaming. Like I bring consoles and I play video games. I finish a lot of game titles when I was in a tour because I'm very, very. If all of my friends went partying after a rock concert, I will just go back to my room and just play video games because I really love playing video games. It helps me keep my sanity when facing like 1-year tour. And then when Kincir was built, it was we started as a online fans club. My company is not a media company yet, but it's an online fans club. So I want to connect between fans and their idols, but it just doesn't work. But I have to save my company, so we did a pivot. Before we did a pivot to media, we have to research which opportunities and then what we shall do with that media. So we decided to go to pop culture media, Pak Kris. When pop culture, suddenly our investor is from GDP Venture said that, hey, Giring, what is pop culture? Can you answer me and give me a direct answer? What is pop culture? Well, pop culture is pop culture, a very famous culture. No, just answer me what is pop culture. And I can't answer what is pop culture because pop culture is just too wide. And then so we decided to, okay, so we already did a media for pop culture. And then we saw that the main two articles that always hit the viewership for 50,000 to 100,000 to 200,000 viewership is always movie and video game. So we decided to move everything. We say goodbye to music. We say goodbye to sneakers. We say goodbye to everything. We only focus on 2 things. After that, we discovered that esports is going big. So now we discovered. We just focusing on 3 stuff: video games, esports, and movies. So after that, I'm very happy to declare this week that we have reached the 150 top website in Indonesia, and we beat all of our competitors. So now we are number one in the market now. Thank God for movie, video games, and esports.
That's absolutely brilliant. Congratulations, and let's
Thank
have
you,
a
Pak.
virtual round of applause for that. That's some brilliant achievement.
Terima kasih teman-teman. Terima kasih.
So and Giring, when I don't think it's a secret. You came into
Bentar,
the
sayang. Nggak
Britcham
bisa pakai
office a
pakai
few months ago, and we were talking about
Yeah, thank you very much.
we were talking about the
I want
possibilities
to
of
thank
you
you for
getting
Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila. Thank you, Miss Sheila.
Shella's there, yeah. We talked about you wanting to take up some opportunities of using your movie gaming skills in the education sector, and we were talking about the possibility of effecting some introductions between universities or academies in the UK in that space. Is this still something you're planning to do, to perhaps establish or set up an institute that can teach Indonesians
Mati.
how to develop themselves in gaming?
I think the interest is still there, but I think we're not going to have a giant step to go there further, like making an institute for to be like like creating universities or maybe something like that. But I think we should try to give it online touch first to see the interest first.
Yep.
So when we were in the early days of COVID-19, me and my team of Giring, I think going to the education sector to teach skills for esport player will be a good business in the future. So we are still creating,
So the answer is yes, we'll be doing small steps and maybe through a partnership or something like that in the beginning and let it grow from there. And we'll certainly be happy to help you with that, Giring.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to come back to the here and now. You have taken the opportunity of re-recording and re-releasing, if not now, very soon, the song, I believe, that was at the beginning of the video clip that we showed, which was Sendiri, right?
Alone.
First of all, tell us a little bit about the lyrics and the mood when you first launched that in 1984.
When I actually, it was sang by the legendary Krisha. Ya Pak Kris pasti tahu lah ya, Om Krisha ya. Pak Kris kan udah lama di Indonesia, Pak. So Krisha released that in 1984. The songwriter is Mas Guru Soekarno Putra. Pak Kris juga pasti tahu Mas Guru Soekarno Putra is the son of our first president, Mr. Soekarno. And then it's a very beautiful song, sang by Krisha, and then the piano was played by Mas Adi MS. Wait, I have to take care of my daughter first. She's apa sayang? Apa sayang? Itu di charge aja sayang, di charge nanti. Iya lagi di charge, sabar sayangnya. Ntar sayang, ayah ini dulu ya, ngobrol dulu sama teman-teman Dedi ya. Sayang ntar ya. So and then suddenly, sorry. So the recording label is Musica Studio. It's the recording label I've been helping me since day one. I was in the industry label. Suddenly, the owner, Bu Achin, came to me and she said, "Hey, do you want to grab some coffee? I want to talk to you about something." Because she had the project to remake all Guru Soekarno Putra song to a newer version for a newer audience, for a younger audience. And she talked to me because Pak Kris, I don't have any plan for a solo coming or something like that. So everything just went organic because she want to make a project, and I said like, this is the only one-time opportunity, so I cannot just let it go. So I took it and I take the vocals, and then thank God it was accepted by everyone. Now it's already have like 2 million views in YouTube. Thank you very much. Okay. My daughter. Iya sayang. Di charge lagi sayang.
Right.
Di charge lagi ya. Yang hitam juga yang black ya. Oke Pak, maaf ya Pak ya. Maaf Pak. Maaf, kami juga punya anak 4 Pak.
That's
Anak
okay.
saya ada 4.
No problem. And we know that you are preparing now to buka puasa with your family yourself. We really appreciate you joining us, Giring. It's lovely hearing that story about the lady at the beginning and the hope that your song gave her. Also, how you have taken disappointment and adversity and used it in your own life and your own career to positive advantage as well. And I'm sure everybody on this particular broadcast will take the opportunity to have a listen to your new version of Shindiri. We wish you great success, but before we go, Giring, I need you to promise me something.
Apa Pak?
When we start having proper events again and Britcham opens up its next big event,
Yes.
you'll come and sing us a song. Will you promise me that?
Of course, I'll promise you that. Definitely.
That's wonderful. Thanks very much indeed, Giring. Selamat buka puasa nanti ya.
Terima kasih teman-teman.
We really appreciate you joining us and giving us your time. Thank you very much from everyone at the Britcham community. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Menarilah dan terus tetap